we are going to make this poinsettia card using our Misty Moonlight paper and navy paper and the Poinsettia Petals bundle. So this is how your card will open. So now if you open up your kit, you should have a piece of Misty Moonlight. This will be your card base. You'll have your inside piece. You'll have a piece of white and silver foil. You'll have a poinsettia with some blue glitter leaves and a piece of navy. So first I wanted to show you my favorite set out of the whole catalog is this poinsettia place. This is the dies that go with it, and then this is the stamp set that goes with it. So what's nice about using this die set is to make that 3-layer flower that we're going to make, you can put all of these dies in your machine at one time and make it with one pass in your Big Shot. So I love that idea, and plus you could even put the leaves in there, which I did do with this particular set. So what I like about this set is that it has an outline set, so if you're stamping the big poinsettia from the stamp set, you can just cut out that poinsettia with this die. However, if you wanted to make a poinsettia and then have it embossed with these veins and these leaves, you just set that in your die machine at the same time, and it will also cut and emboss it at the same time. So one trick I wanted to share with you before we get started with the card is that in order for you to line up your dies for this set, I labeled one petal of mine with the petal that lines up with it. Because otherwise, every time you go to die cut, you're kind of swerving your petals to see where it fits in the outline. This way, I know when I put it in my die machine, which petal goes together, and I can just set it in there. So a little tip for you on using this set. And also, if you get this set, this little die is glued to the adhesive, and you need to be careful when you're taking it out. They're very delicate in those little areas there, and you could actually snap it off. You know, that tape they put in there is pretty strong. And someone had mentioned in a chat that they had actually, there's broke trying to take it off the tape. So be very careful with that, be knowledgeable about that, and then just take it off very carefully. So, and then we also use this branch in today's card, and we used it with our blue glitter paper, which is one of the favorites out of the many catalogs. So that blue paper was a big seller, and so it's just know that it was back order, but now it's readily available. Also, to point out, do you notice your little gem? You should all have one little gem. Love these blue gems that they have for this set. They're called the blue adhesive back gems, and it comes with some that are iridescent. Half of them are iridescent and in 2 different sizes, and then the others are like a blue, a more pure blue, and then also 2 different sizes. So that's also in your supply list. But anyway, they're one of my favorites, and these were back ordered too, but now they're in supply. So okay, so let's hopefully.
Carol, I'm sorry. Those pieces that fit inside of whether it be the leaves or the poinsettias that you have right there on your magnet, those don't cut, right? They just do the embossing part. Is
yes.
That okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I was looking at that. Okay.
And when I do the demo later, our card will use the embossed part. So I'll show you how that does that. Yep. So you can either choose to use it with the embossing or without it. So makes that very versatile. Okay. So this card, we'll go ahead and start assembling it. The first thing you'll do is you have a little score line on your Misty Moonlight. You just give that fold that at the score line. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adhere this designer series paper. Now this paper, just so you know, this is a Feels Like Frost. This is actually a carryover from last year. What I like about this set of paper is, well, first of all, the photographs. There's very photographic. and the all of them have a lot of different scenes. And then the back sides are all silver and white. So you get a lot of versatility with this set. A lot of different patterns in the silver and the white, and you're using one of them on this card. So you can use either side, and anyway, it's one of my favorites, and I think it's one of the reasons it carried over into this year, because it was very popular last year. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that beautiful paper and adhere it to, run out of adhesive, and adhere it to that front flap. Okay, next we are going to take this piece of navy, and it's only gonna fit on one half of the flap, and the other half is going to be laying off your card. So that means you're only going to want to put adhesive on the top half of your flap and leave the bottom half adhesive free.
So we put the adhesive on the top half of that square, Carol, not the flap?
That's right.
With the square, okay. Because then it'll hang off and, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly. It'll make it easier to do it on the flap than it will be to try and line it up on your paper. Okay, so your card should look like that so far.
A little, so it's not at the halfway point, it's a little over half hanging off, kind of.
Yes, little over half.
That question didn't come out very good, but you know what I'm going for.
I know what you mean, but go ahead and stick, just so you know how far.
Yeah. Stick your paper underneath it.
Stick your paper underneath so that you can make sure that your glue will not cover up the saying.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah. And so let's put that on. Let's put that piece on, the inside piece, so that you can see exactly where to put that square. And just center that on the inside. So that'll help you.
Yes.
Okay, next we're going to assemble our poinsettia. And so you're going to start with the big layer, and you're going to apply the medium. There are 3 different sizes. So just take the medium one and place it, put a little adhesive on the back, only in the center. Only in the center. And then when you put it on, offset it into like the negative space of the large one. So it should look like this when you're done then. And then next we'll take the smallest piece of the poinsettia and do the same, offset it from the medium one in the negative space, and then layer that on top. Then we're going to place this flower in the center of the navy square. I'm going to use 2 dimensionals only in the center. Do not do the leaves, because you're going to be tucking your other pieces underneath the poinsettia. So put a couple of glue dots on the back of your poinsettia. I said glue dots, I meant dimensionals. You want it raised up, so you definitely want it on dimensionals. And arrange that on the center of your blue square. Now for the next pieces, you're going to put the leaves on next, and I'm just going to put a little adhesive at the bottom. I consider the bottom the longer pointy end, and I'm just going to put a little adhesive at the bottom of each of those leaves, and we're going to tuck them underneath the poinsettia. This leaf was created with using 2 stamps from the stamp set, the outline leaf and then the colored in piece of leaf. So I'm going to stick those at an angle on each corner, and it's fine if it's off the square. Actually looks pretty, actually off the square a little bit. Okay, and now you're ready for your next 2 pieces, which is the blue glitter. I just put Notice I'm using my silicone mat. I love this little mat because then I don't get my work surface all full of glue when I'm adhering, and it's a detailed die where a lot of glue could be getting on my paper. So I just put a little adhesive at the bottom. I don't put it at the top at all because I just like it to be free flowing. And I'm going to stick it in the other side of the corners, or you can put it wherever you want, overlaying the leaves, however you would like to arrange it. I put it at the other set of corners as such. So, and just make sure it's not covering up the words.
Yeah, this glitter paper is cool.
Isn't that cool? This was so pretty with the blues. Love that.
How fun to do poinsettias with a white and blue and silver theme. Love it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it is nice to do something different with those.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tried to keep my little gem and the little centerpiece. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. All right, so in your packet, you should have a little blue glitter piece. This also came from the die set. So just, we're going to add a little pop to the middle of our poinsettia and put the glue glitter paper at the center. And then we're going to put one of those gems that I showed you earlier in on top of that. What I love about this set is the fact that you can make such a beautiful flower with only one roll of your die cut, and your die cut machine. You can cut all the pieces all at one time, and you have this beautiful card.
This is just gorgeous, Carol.
Oh, thanks, Darlene. Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
It's a little wild card for your favorite person.
Carol,
So any questions on this? This would end the demo part, unless there's any questions.